A bombshell new report alleges that while Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Guaido was rallying against government corruption and malfeasance, two of his own senior staff members were reportedly blowing thousands of dollars in humanitarian aid on lavish parties, nightclubs, and fancy dinners. RT correspondent John Huddy has more on the story and the fallout from it. John, I like a good party, but I don't like it at the expense of those who are in need.
Right, and this report is starting to definitely gain some traction, not only nationally, but internationally as well, Scotty. It was published in the Pan Am Post. For those of you who don't know, that's a publication that's based out of here in Miami that reports on Latin and South American issues. And what the story alleges is that two of Juan Guaido's senior staff members, a woman named Rosana Barrera, and then who's Guaido's chief of staff, or was Guaido's chief of staff, and Kevin Rojas, the regional coordinator for Guaido's Popular Will Party, blew upwards of $125,000 on lavish parties, on rental cars, on shopping trips, alcohol, and nightclubs. The money they allegedly embezzled, according to this story, was supposed to help pay for housing for the Venezuelan army soldiers and their families who defected from Nicolas Maduro's government to Guaido's side. Well, Rojas and Barrera reportedly claimed to have spent the money on 7 hotels to house over 1,200 defectors, but only 2 hotels were apparently paid for, and one of the hotels ended up evicting 65 of the defectors and their families because of more than 20 grand in unpaid bills. Now, the money that Rojas and Barrera allegedly took came from funds that were raised during that Live Aid-style concert. You remember that back in February. That was organized by billionaire philanthropist Richard Branson of the Virgin Group, of course, which took place along the Colombian border with Venezuela and Cúcuta, Colombia, to coincide with, the humanitarian aid shipments that were supposed to go into Venezuela. It didn't really happen as planned, and that was part of the big controversy and contention down there. But Guaido has since fired both Barrera and Rojas and has called for an investigation, reportedly saying over the weekend, quote, "We will investigate this deeply. Every center of public funds should be sacred, and that is something we have to learn as a society." Now, the United States has recognized Guaido, of course, as Venezuela's interim president and leader, and supported his efforts to oust Nicolas Maduro. Maduro has called Guaido a puppet for the United States and said this most recently about the ensuing scandal. Take a listen.
Humanitarian aid. It is more a humanitarian robbery. All the money from the famous Humanitarian Aid Fund was stolen. Take note, Washington. Not only are the opposition liars, but they are thieves, too, who stole thousands of dollars from each other.
Well, despite this ongoing scandal, the U.S. continues its support of Juan Guaido. In fact, Vice President Mike Pence tweeted this yesterday, quote, "Under Maduro, crime, violence, and lawlessness have spread like a virus, leaving Venezuelans across the country suffering beyond measure. President Trump and I stand with interim President Juan Guaido and support the Venezuelan people in their fight for freedom." It's unclear, Scotty, at this point what happens with this story, with the allegations, if Colombian authorities are going to prosecute, but Colombia's foreign minister has called on, quote, "all relevant authorities to investigate the matter." We'll continue to follow it. For now, that's the latest here. Scotty,
thank you, John.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.